Hey, Red here. Welcome back to another episode of Dark Corners, where I explore some dark, supernatural movies and shows. In today's video, we're taking a look at the 2022 Marvel special, Werewolf by Night. Let's sink our fangs in.
Quiet Red Media. Shh.
Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with Werewolf by Night, let me give you a quick rundown. This special is based on the Marvel comic book character, who, you guessed it, transforms into a ferocious werewolf when the moon is full. The Jack Russell version of the character debuted in 1972, and has been a staple of the supernatural Marvel characters ever since. This version, in the special, seems to be more of a combination of Jack Russell and the second incarnation, Jake Gomez, who is of Hopi descent. It's a classic horror twist with a superhero spin, exploring the darker and more supernatural side of the Marvel Universe, a pocket of the Marvel Universe that I've always been particularly enamored with. Characters like Jack Russell are long overdue for some love from the MCU. First and foremost, let's dive into the cast and performances. Gael Garcia Bernal, whose voice you may recognize from his role in Coco, takes on the pivotal role of Jack Russell. Garcia Bernal's portrayal strikes a great balance between the tormented human side and the savage wolf within. He brings a likability to the character that keeps you engaged throughout, and showcases the internal struggle and the fear of losing control in a nuanced way. Garcia Bernal's performance is solid and brings a layer of authenticity to the character, making Jack Russell a relatable and sympathetic protagonist. I think it does a good job of juxtaposing Jack's likable and non-threatening demeanor with his vicious and uncontrollable transformation. Alongside Garcia Bernal, we have Laura Donnelly, who plays Elsa Bloodstone, a badass monster hunter in the comics. In this special, on the other hand, I feel like they watered down her hard-nosed personality a bit, making her more of an eye-rolling millennial than a fierce and adventurous ass-kicker. She also looks a little too much like Jessica Jones, in my opinion, forgoing her long red locks for a brunette look. Still, Donnelly's performance is fierce when it needs to be, perfectly embodying the fearless spirit of Elsa at times. Her chemistry with Garcia Bernal adds an extra layer of intrigue and tension to the storyline. Their dynamic and evolving relationship throughout the special keeps you invested in their journey and makes for some truly compelling moments. Now let's talk about the special's visual effects. I must say they are pretty cool. The overall aesthetic they chose was a brilliant move. It's an obvious but welcome homage to the classic monster movies of the past. Jack's transformation sequence is made to be fittingly grim, with Elsa being absolutely terrified by what she sees. Although the way they made her react is part of why I feel they watered her down a bit, because I can't see Elsa cowering in the fetal position. But I also get what they were going for, and this makes Jack's transformation more impactful, seeing her mortified reaction. But that shadow in the background is a nice touch. Another little factoid for that scene. Apparently, the transformation was almost all practical effects done in camera, which is always welcome in my book. Also, the way the glow of the red stone pierces the black and white presentation makes for a visually interesting touch. The werewolf is brought to life in an exciting fashion, and his look is unique enough to not make me immediately think of another character. The VFX and makeup teams deserve major kudos for their outstanding work in capturing the essence of this classic Marvel character. The werewolf's design is menacing and realistic, enhancing the horror aspect and delivering some truly intense moments. Along with that, I have to give props to Marvel Disney for actually giving us some bloodshed and horror. I wasn't sure what to expect going in, but Werewolf by Night actually has some fulfilling gore and death. It doesn't go overboard, but it didn't cop out on us either, which is nice. There are actually some fairly satisfying death scenes in this special. Then, there's Man-Thing. I feel like he was done really well, and he's very comic accurate. I could see this being a fun character, if used more in the future. It's definitely better than what we got in the 2005 Sci-Fi Channel movie. Moving on to the writing, Werewolf by Night brings an engaging storyline with a decent amount of meat on the bone. This special strikes a great balance between horror and superhero action, weaving in elements of mystery and suspense along with it. It's not just mindless action, though. There's some depth added to the characters and a narrative that kept my attention until the very end. Though not unique for a werewolf story, the exploration of Jack Russell's inner turmoil and his struggle to control his werewolf side does add a layer of complexity to the plot, allowing for some poignant character development, an appreciated element to this special, as it's a short one, coming in at just about 53 minutes. Additionally, introducing these supernatural elements into the broader Marvel universe gives me a little bit of hope that we'll get to see this kind of thing explored more in the future. Midnight Suns, anyone? I hope so. While the special does a lot of things right, I must admit there are a few minor gripes. The pacing at times felt a bit rushed, especially during the final act. A product, I suspect, of the short format. Some moments that could have been further developed and explored were left unresolved, leaving me wanting more. Maybe that's not the worst thing if they continue with offerings like this, because I definitely want more of it. However, these are minor bumps along the way, and don't significantly detract from the overall enjoyment of the special. The thrill of seeing characters in this vein is enough to compensate for these fleeting shortcomings, in my opinion. Let's now delve into the music and sound design. The score of Werewolf by Night was actually done by the director Michael Giacchino, and adds a haunting ambiance to the series, perfectly capturing the eerie atmosphere of the story. The music enhances the suspense and intensifies the horror elements, making every scene more atmospheric and impactful. Furthermore, the sound effects during the werewolf transformations are bone-chilling, perfectly emphasizing the physical and emotional transformation Jack Russell undergoes. These attention-to-detail sound choices elevate the viewing experience, immersing you deeper into the world of Werewolf by Night. In conclusion, Werewolf by Night is a thrilling, horror-infused TV special that successfully delves into the dark and supernatural side of the Marvel Universe. With its solid cast, fantastic visual effects, and engaging storyline, it delivers an exciting and immersive viewing experience. Fans of the comic book character can appreciate the adaptation, while newcomers will be drawn in by the horror elements and impressive action sequences. I highly recommend you sink your teeth into this special at some point. So gather your pack and get ready for a howling good time. It's a Marvel offering that does a lot to stand out from the crowd. That's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more comics and horror-related content. Also, let us know in the comments below what you thought of Werewolf by Night. Did it meet your expectations? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay heroic and embrace the beast within.